Papoose made smoother than your smoothest criminal. Shamo, about that money, what we get into. Shamo, about that money, get residuals. Shamo.
Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes. Ooh la la. She go. We go. It's that knock. Yes. Ah we. Ooh la la. Ah we. That vibe, you know vibes. You know the motherfucking vibes. Yeah, kid. What it do, YouTube? You now tuned in. Papoose, that be me. Papoose TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. If it's your first time, then we appreciate you. Please, before you leave and you exit, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. And if it's not your first time, then you already know how we do. You already know how we start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. We is in the end game, people. We all the way in the end game. And that's the good coffee right there. I haven't had coffee in like 3 days trying to ease off. And then because it's the second day of the fast. Oh, yeah, shout outs to everybody that's fasting. Well, not now because it's after, you know what I mean? It's after that time. But shout outs to everybody that's participating in Ramadan, Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan Mubarak. You know what I mean? Even shout outs to the people that's fasting, that's not Muslim. They don't subscribe. They just doing it because, you know, that's what people do. They follow suit. And I've been noticing that a lot in the last couple of years. A lot of people just fast during this time. They're like, oh, you know, everybody's fasting. Seems like you go to work, you know, you want some coffee from the machine or whatever. People are like, no, I'm fasting or whatever. You can slice of this. No, I'm fasting. And because there's so many people fasting, the people that's not Muslim or don't really subscribe, they see it and they say, it seems like it's beneficial. It seems like it's the right thing to do. So I'm going to do it too. And then they put their little spin on it. They fast, but they still drink water. Or they fast, but they only eat certain things. Or they do fruits or whatever they do. So, you know, shout outs to anybody that's participating, but not really participating. You don't have that obligation on you, so you can still do it when you want. I know people that fast first couple of days and they stop. You see them like in, you know, in the daytime drinking water or ice cream in the summertime. Like, I thought you was fasting. Like, yeah, I was. I did it for the first couple of days, and now, you know what I mean, I'm going to fast tomorrow. Like, you know, they have that freedom, if you will, to juggle it how they see fit. People that subscribe to it, they don't really have no choice. You know, you got to fast. That's just what it is. And me personally, I've been fasting since, you know, I was a teen. You know what I mean? My 16, 17, when I first started fasting. You know, fast forward years later, all praises due. I'm still here. Yeah, kid, I'm still on the books. So I'm appreciative of that. So day 2, and I'm feeling good. You know, the first couple days is it's an adjustment period. You know, if you used to doing certain things in the daytime, or if you smoke cigarettes, let's say you smoke bud, you know, you do certain things, you got to scale back. And it's all in the name of self-restraint, to tighten up the belt, to learn yourself more, become a more disciplined person in certain areas, if you will, you know what I mean? To feed that spiritual side for most. You know, life is a balance, and the better you can balance, you know, as you go through life, the better off I think you'll be. That's physical, mental, you know, spiritual, obviously mental health. You know what I mean? All those aspects play a part. Some people be all the way strong, have no spirituality. Some people be all the way here, spiritual, looking down on you, and they out of shape. Their health is not good. You know, some people be, you know, have, you know, muscles and spirituality, but mentally, you know what I mean? Like just different areas. So with that said, we got a great show today. You know what I mean? We authentic, we unscripted over here. Yeah, you know what I mean? So nothing is Nothing is really scripted and go as scheduled. With that said, Steph Curry, last video I did, we're going to start the video off with this. Steph Curry cooking with the pot. I mean, like, he cooking, and I didn't know he scored 30 in the last 7 games that he played. I also didn't know that Klay Thompson has and holds the three-point record in the NBA game, which is 14, even though Steph holds the record for the most 10 or more threes in a game, which is at 19 now. I think, yeah, 19. Yesterday he went 10 of 18, and the day before that, 14 or something like that. So Steph is cooking with the shot. Other NBA news, LaMarcus Aldridge announced his retirement today. I know that's a big blow to the Brooklyn fans. I am a Brooklyn fan, but really secondary. You know what I mean? Over here, I'm a New Yorker fan, but I'm really a Knicks fan. And just because Brooklyn is in New York and, everything New York, get your New York sports here, yeah, I rock with them and I roll with them. You know what I'm saying? So he was there for all of 5 games. He's out now. You know what I mean? And rightfully so, according to him, he been, which I didn't know. I thought it was another type of injury or ailment. I didn't know that it was an irregular heartbeat. So he said he said he's been suffering with that for a while. He's just been playing through it, and I guess stopping and going, stop. It's like almost like Chris Bosh, Miami Heat. You know what I mean? Two-time champion with Dwayne Wade and LeBron James. The Heatles. It's like when he had the blood clots, then he was cleared to play. Then he, some doctors were saying, yeah, but the NBA was like, nah. So apparently, I guess LaMarcus Aldridge, he was obviously cleared, and this is his own decision to say, you know what, I'm gonna put my family and my health first, and I'm gonna fall back. Even though this will probably be this is probably his best shot of capturing a title. He played with Dame Time, you know what I mean? Played with Dame Time. Dame was on Jalen and Jacoby today talking about the MVP race, talking a little bit about Aldridge and his time playing with him. And, also mentioning the Dr. J comments about Brooklyn and the super team. And, full transparency over here on this channel. That means I can see you if you're not hiding behind some bum-ass profile. And you can see me because my page is open. You know what I'm saying? For you to look in and take a peek. But he was speaking about, the super teams and blah, blah, blah. And if you know me, like I said, on the other video I did about Brooklyn, when they first started getting into all the pieces, it was like, yeah, I'm happy because Brooklyn got a great chance of getting the bling blow, and I'm going to be celebrating in the streets of New York, if they have a parade or whatever, in the future. COVID, vaccines and all that, we in the end game, you know what I mean? Vaccines being stopped currently, and they reassessing people getting sick, people not getting sick. To vaccine or to not vaccine? Like the red pill or the blue pill or no pill? I mean, for me, it's no pill yet. I'm still looking with the side eye. Like, yeah, Leah's looking with the side eye. And full disclosure, why not, right? Like, I don't think I had COVID since it came out. When I say I don't think, I mean, I've been sick since then, twice. Little small cold, so that's why I'm like, I don't think I had it. Never was tested for it, and didn't get the vaccine. Will I get the vaccine? Maybe in the future, or if they mandate it. And I'll just real quick, you know what I mean, off NBA real quick, vaccine. When it comes to the government, like I told y'all over here, is full transparency. I know everybody's not bad. Everybody's not evil. Everybody is not in the conspiracy to do things that people be saying they trying to do. But it is people that fit that description to a T. So for me, the distrust is not really going nowhere. Like, I don't see that changing no time soon as far as what I see. And I could be all the way wrong, but I know the only time that I took like vaccinations or I had to take stuff was one when I was a kid, and you had to get the booster shot. You had to get the technical shot. You was a kid. Your parents said, yeah, you're going to do it. So I had to do it. Mommy said, yeah, we going to Dr. Nicholas right here in Harlem, and you're going to get your shots. And I got them. The other time was when I was incarcerated, and they make you take, When you first come through, you know, you got to go, you know, through the whole system. If you ever been, you've been. If you never been, then don't go. Like Trek said, if you never been to the ghetto, don't go to the ghetto because you ain't understand the ghetto. So stay the hell out of the ghetto. You know what I mean? You're going to try to temper the cursing because it's Ramadan. So some stuff may come out not sounding like it's supposed to be sounding. It may not have that feeling when I say it. But yeah, stay the F out the ghetto because you ain't understand the ghetto. So if you never been to prison, don't go to prison. But in prison, they make you take the TB shot. So that's the only shot that was like mandatory, forced on me as a grown man, or I was conscious of my decisions and I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. But they're like, nah, you're going to do it or you're going to go to the box over here and you could just stay your whole time in the box. So it's like, I'll take the TB shot. But far as out here, unless they make it mandatory and they start saying you can't travel unless you got it or you can't enter the restaurant unless you got it, I'm a chill. Like I think my little SOS tonic, my little, you know, stuff that I take in the morning or at night, depending on, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's enough. So for the people that's taking it, I'm not saying don't take it. I'm just saying I'm not taking it. Let's move on. You know, like, so LaMarcus Aldridge, you know, he's retiring. And, you know, Dr. J had made his comments and I made my comments, like I said, about Brooklyn. If they win, they win. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be rooting for them to win once the playoffs start. But I did say, that's why I'm saying this now, is when Harden first got there and it would seem like they started compiling all the players to win the championship, like Dr. J is talking about, and like Dame Lillard is saying, like, you know, we shame the NBA players for not getting the rings. So we say, yeah, you did X, Y, Z, but where's your bling blah? Like, we totally discredit them. So I understand why he's saying, yeah, I know why players suit up and they join forces, if you will. And my only thing is this, like, if they win, they win. You're supposed to win if you stack the deck. But it's just like, do we really want to see Kevin Durant like with the Warriors? I didn't want to see that. I wasn't a Warrior fan, so that's why, you know, I don't have that same energy when it comes to Brooklyn. Brooklyn is in New York, so I'm going to root for New York. But when he was in Golden State, and I was like, damn, it's going to be unfair. We already know who's going to win. You know what I'm saying? In this case, I think they got a strong chance of winning it all. They're in the top 5 teams that have a chance. But that's not a guarantee. With the Warriors, to me, it was a guarantee. You had Steph, you had Clay, you had Kevin Durant. Like, come on. Like, I'm not saying that Kyrie, and you may like Kyrie better if it's with me. I'm going with Steph. I'm taking Steph over Kyrie. Steph probably don't got the moves. Obviously, he don't got the moves. I ain't gonna say he probably. He don't got the moves like Kyrie, but I'm taking Steph over Kyrie. Now, Harden and Clay, I'm gonna probably take Harden. You know what I mean? Probably could do a little more. Obviously, he can't shoot like Clay, but I probably would take Harden. But in any event, we're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? WNBA tonight. WNBA tonight, the draft, that is. So the WNBA had their draft tonight, and I had it on in the background while I was doing some stuff on the computer just to see, like, who's number one, see some of the faces that's coming out of college, because I'm not really into college basketball like that, men or women. But I'm bringing this up because in the last couple of days, I've been meaning to say something about it. Obviously, when it was hot on the press, which is the Draymond Green. Speaking of the Warriors, right? We keeping the trend going with the Warriors. We start with Steph cooking in the pot, and we move it forward. So with Draymond, he had came out and he was, you know, pretty much on Twitter about the pay gap and women complaining about the pay gap, etc. Then you had the soccer player come out, the female soccer player. I can't think of her name, Prigioni, or whatever her name is. And it was, you know, a little back and forth. A couple of other ESPN, you know, female analysts or, you know, anchors, if you will, came out and was going back and forth with them a little bit. And from the little bit of channels that I seen, because I told y'all I'm in these YouTube streets, I'm in these YouTube alleyways, and they should have never, so like a lot of the people, and I agree for what it's worth. I mean, we're going to call a spade, and a spade is a spade. And if you throw out a heart, it's going to be a heart. It's not going to be a spade. They like, you know, well, y'all got to help us and y'all got to help build, and, you know, and all that's true. We can help build. We can Patreon the games. We could go to the games. But the thing is, do people really want to see, let's just, WNBA, women's soccer? Like everybody has a place to fit in or get in. Get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying? If you like cooking shows, you probably going to have cooking shows on your timeline. If you have, like, what's the movie? The Hunger Games. Mm-hmm. Where they separate everybody into, like, their character, what they fit, what they into, their interests, and they kind of place them. So in that sense, the movie was a little ill. Like, yeah, you like cooking and karate, then you go over here with cooking and karate. You like sewing and, working out, then you sew when you work out over here. And there's something for everybody. So the point is, no matter the percentages of the people that watch, that, support, there's always going to be people for that. If you Google right now, hate groups for Jesus Christ, like Jesus, it'll be people that hate Jesus. It may not be a lot, but if you Google, it'll be a group for that. So my point is, it's a group for everything, but everything is not for everybody. So even though you may have, let's say 10,000 watching, let's just say 10,000 watching the WNBA, and it's 1 million watching UFC, and it's 1 million watching baseball, and it's 1 million watching hockey, right? They all have their fan bases, people that's dedicated, like supporting. You got 10,000, you got 1 million, you got this. And you may have people swing from the other side, occasionally take a peek in, like, oh, what they doing over here? Yeah, but not for long. The retention won't be long, like to keep that, keep people coming back and tuning in, because that's not what they into. So I've seen a couple of other channels, it's like the product is garbage, the product is trash, nobody wants to see it. And then I think about my own self, my own personal life, like, damn, do I watch women's sports like that? I know when I was locked up, men was watching it. And you know why we was watching it. And you know why we was watching it. Tony, there was no other way. Yeah, we in the end game. Yeah, when I was locked up, I watched women basketball. I mean, sometimes I didn't want to, but that's what people was watching, the majority rule. So all in favor of watching, the Sparks play the Atlanta, then we watching that, as opposed to Law and Order or whatever it is, jail politics and all that dumb stuff. The point is this: why can't you get more people to watch? Why are more women not watching and being the supporters? I can't, verbally, this is pretty much what he was saying, and I agree. To make a long story short, he pretty much was saying, yeah, y'all can hoopla, 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 do the work. And then some of them was like, yeah, we are doing the work. So then I said, if you're doing the work and people are still not checking for it, what does that say? And again, I'll just go to me. Like, inside, I was watching it. Out here, not so much. I watch Serena, inside and out here. It's a one-on-one. It is Serena. And, who could deny them outfits she be wearing? Like, you want to see her beat the little white girls, smack them up and, you want to hear her do all that and watch the outfits. And that's pretty much, for me. But I can't say I sat down and, like, really just, get something nice to smoke on, or, the evening, the work is done, long day, now I'm going to come home, sit home and watch, the WNBA. Can't really say that I've done that. I've probably never done that. In fact, like I said, only on the inside, and, maybe sometimes it was forced. And when I did watch, it was like, just to look at you're jingling, baby, go ahead, baby. You're jingling, baby, go ahead, baby. And there's no knock. It just is what it is. That's me personally. I can't speak for all the other people, all the other men. But the thing is, for the women, why y'all not going harder? Why y'all not going hard, super hard? Stands should be packed. The ratings should be through the roof. Y'all should be watching if y'all really like it like that. Or if y'all want to push the envelope. So, should they get paid as much as the men? And I just learned this as well by, due to him, Draymond, that is, saying what he said and the backlash and the back and forth. I learned that every year the WNBA doesn't make no money. That the subsidy, if I'm saying that right, the NBA, they pretty much is keeping them afloat. So if every year you in business, you lose money, you probably will be closed for business after a few years. But I know when the WNBA first came out, I do remember, the Houston Comets. I think they still call that. Maybe they not. Played against the New York Liberty. They beat them 2 out of 3 to win their first 2 championships, even though Cheryl Swoops, Tina Thompson, and a couple of Cheryl Swoops and Cynthia Cooper, I believe. You know what I mean? They like the GOATs of the WNBA. When they first came out and Teresa Weatherspoon hit that half-court shot, you know what I mean, to force a game 3. Shout out to Teresa Weatherspoon. You know what I mean? Like, that's when I first, it just came out. It was new. It was like, oh, word, let me check them out. And you know what I mean? But after a while, the interest kind of like leaves. And then, you only really see it on the big networks when they flash in the scores at the bottom, which they don't a lot. So you got to say, is it the networks? Is it the people? Is it a bad product? Like, what is it? Because it's like, and it's the last thing I'll say on that. It's like the people that was going back and forth with Draymond, like, we need to ally, we need y'all to speak up, we need y'all to like put us on your back and carry us to the finish line because we struggling. All those things can be true at once. I mean, like I said, just for me personally, I ain't gonna really say, like I said, I'm gonna get my popcorn, get my dinner, and sit down and watch a WNBA game. I won't say like the other channel I seen who was like the product is trash, or they're not fast enough, they're not strong enough, they're not quick enough, they can't dunk. It's pretty much just. And then I seen the other channel, one of the gatekeepers, Godfathers. He was like, these lesbian bitches and these, like, he was raking them. And it's for shock value. I realize that now with him, this particular person. He do a lot of the stuff, whether he's the oldest in the game or not. Like, I see he do a lot of stuff for for shock value. It's like, you will be shocked and amazed. Like, you call them all type of BITCHs and lesbos and why. And, it's like, why they got to be all that? Why they just can't be as good as the men? You know what I mean? But he was making the point. The point was valid until he started with all the extra name calling, mudslinging and all that. But again, whose fault is it and what can really be done? Because I know any business that's in business that loses money every single year, you in the red, you're not in no profitable, nothing, you're probably going to be out of business. So how could you get paid more if you're losing money? We in the end game. So, I did the video on Daunte Wright. Let's talk about Daunte Wright, the young brother that got killed Sunday by the police officer in Minneapolis. And since then, more information has come out. Obviously, soon as when you on the news, whether you dead or you not dead, they're gonna bring up your past. Like, God forbid, my end game is tomorrow, or like the other channels when they like, yeah, turn this TV off, rock this snot box, yeah, homie, yeah. If that happens to me tomorrow, you know what I mean? God forbid. I hope I'm on the books through the whole Ramadan at least. They're gonna bring up my past. I haven't been locked up. I haven't, recently I haven't done anything. But they're gonna bring that up. They're gonna be like, yeah, 94 this, 96 this, and 2000 this, and boom, boom that. Carrying a gun, armed robbery, forced this, kidnap, all that. They're gonna bring up all that. Have my picture up there. They're gonna pick the worst picture. Have me looking crazy on TV, you know what I mean? If it had a run-in with the cops or if something crazy happened. They ain't gonna bring up nothing good or no business that I ran, no self-employed. They ain't gonna bring up nothing. They ain't gonna bring up the kids I talk to when I go to the school. Oh yeah, you want to know? Yeah, when I do that, you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna bring up none of that. They're gonna bring up the bad stuff so that they can paint the picture. But I'm saying that to say, since the brother was killed, they bringing up his history that he had warrants, that he was on the run from a warrant, from a gun charge and a robbery, and he beat up a woman and stuff like that. Same thing they did with George Floyd, who trial is going on now, you know what I mean? And we watching with a close eye, you know what I mean? Like a lot of y'all, to see what they gonna do. They brought up he was in porn and he, put a gun to a pregnant lady and, stuff like that. They bring that stuff up so that they can, what's the word? Not dehumanize, but they can paint a monstrous picture, if you will. Like the monster, like they want to paint you that way to say, yeah, like he got what he deserved. This person got what he deserved because they was on it for this and that. And no matter how you view the past criminal history or the current criminal history that has not yet had a conviction attached to it yet. Because regardless of what the case, I mean, the charges were allegedly, he wasn't convicted of it yet. He didn't go to jail. So on this channel, and even in my last video, I'm not saying that he should have been killed. It's definitely not what I said. I definitely also said that we shouldn't be rioting in Minnesota, tearing down our property, messing up the stores we got to go to all over again. You know what I mean? Because it could have really been avoided, in my opinion, if he would have just put the cuffs on and went to jail. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know too many people. And obviously, we see videos, so I get it. For the people in the back, I get it. I get it. For the people in the back that don't follow the rules either, that still get brought in the live, but you're white privilege, that's probably why. I get it. I get it. So that drives my point home even more. If you're, but you're black. You want to go to South Africa, but you're black? Yeah, so for us, the black and brown, it weighs even more on us to listen and do the right thing, because you see that white folks, videos of them reaching for the police gun, fighting the police, killing massive people, being brought in, stopping at McDonald's. Like, you want McDonald's? Yeah, we're going to get you some McDonald's. We see that, and there's blatant smack to the face, blatant disrespect to us. However, things, you know, we know shit ain't fair. Ooh, I just said the S word. We know things ain't fair, right? So I'm just saying, for me, and I told you, I'm not an angel. I've been locked up before. I've been arrested before a few times. And even when you're doing the right thing, again, I have to reiterate this. Even when you're doing the right thing and following command, you still can be done dirty. You still can be done dirty. But you want to risk not being compliant and get done dirty for sure, or take a chance on listening, following order, and seeing how thing plays out. And then ask yourself this. If you was Daunte Wright and everything was the same, the little misdemeanor he's facing or whatever it is, do you pull the same thing he did and try to get away and break free and drive away? Or do you go to jail? For me personally, I'm going to just let them take me in. Oh, y'all pulling me over some air fresheners, and oh, but you ran the plates, and you know, all the games that they play. Like I said, I've been on the other end of that a few times, where police is driving behind you for a whole mile on the highway. Just imagine the whole mile. It's really like this when you're doing 65, 71, 73, and they behind you. And then they just take off after they run your plates and skate off. And then other times they following behind you to see if you're going to do anything crazy. Then they whoop, whoop. Like, you don't know I was just smoking weed, because I wasn't smoking weed. You know what I mean? It wasn't no weed in here. It wasn't none of that in here. You don't know until you pull me over. Then when you pull me over and I roll the window down, oh, we smell weed. Oh, you was driving on the lines. Oh, you was swerving. Oh, you was this. Oh, you was that. We know all of the tricks. I just seen a video today that blew my mind. I'm not sure where it was at. Brother got pulled over doing 65 and a 70. Some young sergeant officer, you know what I mean? No, not sheriff. Little white, crazy looking boy. Looked like he was on meth or something. Like, yeah, I'm pulling you over just to make sure you're okay. You know, make sure I'm okay. You pulling me, hold on. You pulling me over to make sure I'm okay. I'm doing 65 and a 70, but you pulling me over. So I get it. That's my point. But the point is, the real point is, in this particular case, he should have just let them put the cuffs on, went to jail, get bailed out, or see whatever it is. Once you break free and you try to be Plastic Man and Action Jackson and you Iron Man, yeah, you subject to getting shot. You subject to getting killed. You subject to something bad happening. I can't sugarcoat that for the people in the back that's in your feelings and you emotional. I get it. You're triggered. This is a trigger video. I get it. Why are you doing that? And I brought up the lady from Tennessee that, you know, got pulled over. Warrants wasn't hers. Vehicle wasn't hers. You doing the most. And then she bust at the police. So that's why she got killed. He shot her. But why are you doing all that? I mean, you already know that the deck is stacked against you. So why go out of your way to give them a reason? Then you see the sergeant sticking his hands out the window. You know what I mean? At the gas station in Virginia, the officers got fired and all that, pepper sprayed them. My hands is out and all that. Like, we see what it is. So, you know, we see the rotten. It's not nothing new. This is not nothing new. My thing is, you know, if I got nieces and nephews, I have young male nephews and cousins, I would tell them, I mean, follow orders. I mean, even if you think you're right, swing back with the lawyer. Maybe we could get some winner chicken dinners. Maybe we could get some chicken dinners for them violating your rights. Unless you're ready to take it there. Like Shorty was ready to take it there. The chick in Tennessee, who I can't think of her name, clearly she was with the, you know what I mean? She was with the, yeah, she was with it all the way. Not only did you run, but you went, grabbed the firearm and popped at the police. So my thing is, if you on it like that, desperado, go ahead and do it. Like, go ahead and do it. I'm not going to tell you to get down because it's all about a come up. So if that's how you want to give it up, go ahead, give it up. Just be prepared for the outcome. Now, should we be rioting in Minnesota and all that? Like, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so. And this is, I told y'all why. I think all that could have been avoided if he would have just chilled out. Let him take him in, go to jail. This is in, I think, South Carolina. They out there, South Carolina. I've seen a lot of this on my timeline today. The sergeant or whatever who was bullying the black brother and the people in that neighborhood. And he was like, you in the wrong neighborhood. I'm sure y'all seen the clip. Yeah, they outside his crib, and I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Like, I seen everybody keep posting it, so it was kind of hard not to see. And I'm like, came through like the woo, like backing a little brother. And I know what it's like to lose, to get beat up. Got to go get somebody that's bigger and stronger to come through, you know, to make it look strong for you. Like, yeah, I'm not by myself. I got big brothers. Even at one time, you know, I got an older big sister when I was, you know what I mean? Really scared, scared to look, shook, like don't come out the house. Like, yeah, I got to go get my sister at one point in time. And I'm from the hood, so we all take losses, and I definitely know what it's like to lose. You know what I'm saying? In physical combat, get your ass whipped. I know what it's like. Get punched and robbed, beat up. Like, yeah, I took losses. I took L's. Last night took an L, but tonight I bounced back. Like, I know what it's like. So it was good to see that type of energy and to see, you know, people like, yo, you don't want him here, so we all gonna come here. I get it. But I want to see that same energy for the hood. Like, you know what I mean? When we killing each other for blood sport and fun, like, you know what I mean? I want to see that same energy over here. You know what I mean? When that sister got smacked in the face with the skateboard in Harlem, there was a few, you know, people outraged at the liquor store that happened in Harlem also. When they beat her up, took her phone, bit her on the face or whatever they did. It was some outrage. But there was nobody outside her crib or the dude crib that did that. You know what I mean? We wasn't in the streets. We wasn't in these, you know what I mean, New York streets, LA streets, South Carolina streets, Minneapolis streets, doing what we doing, you know, for that. That wasn't even no body or nothing like that happened. It was, you know what I mean? It was racist, obviously. Like, yeah, what are you doing here? You a sergeant in the Navy, you know what I mean, or the Army. You supposed to be protecting and, you know, serving and protecting people like us, you know what I mean, the civilians. Yet you harassing and threatening and assaulting, you know, a regular civilian, like loser, clown, El Bozo, probably get thrown out, you know, no pension, or maybe, you know, courses. Maybe he not really like the video showed, who knows. But the thing is, yeah, all those people that was out there, I'm with it. Like, I dig it. I get it. You showing solidarity. We together. We sticking together. But is it really just for show, or is that really how we really feel? Because I know I go outside, I step on somebody's nice sneakers, you know what I mean? I might get jumped. I wear the wrong color somewhere in Brooklyn or something. They may think I'm down with something. They popping me. Like, you know what I mean? So I know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail. So we got a lot of issues in the black community. You know, I'm a dreamer. You know what I mean? I'm no Malcolm X. Like he said, you are no Malcolm X. Lil Wayne on that album when he was talking to Al Sharpton, you are no, you know what I mean? Like, you know, none of us are. Even though at the end of the movie, we all Malcolm X. I'm Malcolm X. I'm Malcolm X, yeah. So I make my impact, hopefully, by not only on the channel now, and hit the subscribe button, by the way, hit the like button, by the way, hit that notification bell so when I upload the videos like this, you get alerted. And on my daily activity when I'm outside, because I am outside all the time. Like, I'm always outside, everywhere. You know what I mean? And when I run into people that's with the, you know, with the shits, I kick it with them. I chop it up with them. I one-on-one with them. I go to the schools with the small boys, you know what I mean? I done been to the schools plenty of times, you know what I mean? And I'm going to continue to do that. I do what I can do when I can do it and at the capacity and the level that I can do it at. And I think if everybody do that, then we'll be that much better off. But I'm not up here. I don't look down on people. I'm not too judgmental, even though I think we all can have some type of bias, you know, prejudice, if you will, when it comes to certain things. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect, and I'm definitely not perfect. But we need to really, you know what I mean, focus on what's most important. And I think one of the most important things is being accountable and really having genuine love for each other. Like, it be so quick to just flip and just whack out. And I'm gonna end with this. I got stuff to do, even though it's in the evening time. BLACKROB, right? I'm two things. BLACKROB first, and the Black Lives Matter founder, Papoose. I mean, one of my faves. Not albums wise, you know what I mean, but as an artist, he got some classical shit. You know what I mean? And he nice lyrically. Can't take nothing away from him. I don't know about no classic albums. He got a lot of mixtapes. And you know, he got an album or two, but nothing classic to me. You know what I mean? As a hip hop fan. But he just recently he got a post here, go right there. He rapping about X, rest in peace to Dark Man X, you know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't see the video I did on X, then go see the other video I did. Yeah, rest in peace, X. You know what I mean? Iconic legend. You know what I mean? Probably never be another like him. So he give his props to him. Talk about homie in the dress. What's his name? Cudi or whatever his name was. I don't really have nothing to say on that except that was wild, crazy. Like, what else can you say? Like, if you want to get on Saturday Night Live and let them do you like that, what can I say? Like, what can I say? If that's how you let them do you. How a dude said in the Menace Society, you gonna let them kill your cousin? You gonna let them kill your cousin and you ain't gonna do you know what I mean? Like, you ain't gonna do nothing, man. We gonna go out here and ride on all these. I don't care who out here. Yeah, that part when Old Dog was mad at Kane. So my thing to Cudi, whatever his name, I mean, Cudi 6 or whatever. Rest in peace, HUD 6 too. That's why I keep thinking that. Rest in peace, HUD 6. You know what I mean? But Cudi, KIDCUDI, if that's how you gonna let them do you, then what can I say? I think you look like an El Bozo. I think you look like a clown. But maybe it's pushing the culture forward because you do want to get into fashion, right? Yeah, you want to be in fashion. I get it. But anyway, he spoke about that. He spoke about people don't want to help BLACKROB, but they want to rob black people. So let me speak about Rob real quick. And I know why he's trending and people talking about him now, because when X was still, you know, hanging on, he actually was in the hospital as well. And he looked bad. Like, the video looked bad. You know, he just looked bad. You know what I mean? And I ain't going to say I know BLACKROB, because I don't. I seen him wild times because he right here in Harlem, you know what I mean? I seen him a few times. I say what's up to him, I mean, out of respect. You know what I mean? He say what's up to me. You know, you see people all the time, so it's face recognition. And obviously I know who he is because he was a star at one time, a big celebrity, you know what I mean? I had this bad chick in town, she was whoa, you know what I mean? And all those, you know, make this money, take this money. Ain't no way you can, like, all, you know, like, he had hits and he was out there with Diddy, Mace, Locks, you know what I mean? Like, he was on the L roster. So his celebrityism is, you know, obviously more than mine. I'm not, who are you? I'm nobody. Like, who are you? Who is you, Lee? I'm nobody. So my point is, I recognize him and I know who he is. He don't recognize me. But after a while, you know, you keep seeing somebody over and over. It's like you in the store together. Let me get a Dutch. And then he right behind you, or you coming out, or you walking down his block. You see him on the stoop. So like I said, I see him a few times. A lot of people was like, he gonna die alone. You know, a couple of the other channels. I told y'all, it's a war going on outside. No man is safe. You can run from streets that we done took. Like, it's the red pill, it's the blue pill, it's the pink pill, and wherever you fall in, like, you know what I mean? But the pink side, they was referencing Kevin Samuels, you know what I mean? Like, because he got a video of saying, you know, if women don't comply or if they don't get it together, most likely they're going to probably die alone. You know what I mean? Old age, not have a husband, not have a man, and you're probably going to die alone. So this particular video and lady, she was like, yeah, he going to die alone. And I'm talking about BLACKROB, and, you know, he's got 4 kids and never was married and this and like raking him, you know, raking him through the coal. You know what I mean? While he was sick and all that. And I ain't really like that. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, when you go on people's pages and you start typing under their comments, it's like they'll block you, or, you know, you can't disagree with people on their page nowadays. You got to go somewhere else to do that. But I ain't gonna lie, I was like looking at her like, damn, why is she coming at him like that? But I get it though. This is the era we live in, and we in the Matrix. Tony, there's no other way. We in the end game now. All right? So I get it. I was triggered for a little minute, then I was off of it. But he homeless, this and this and that. So it was like, people start looking at Diddy now, like with the side eye. Like, yeah, this supposed to be your boy. You want to hit records with him. He probably wrote some of your records, and I'm just saying out of the top, I don't know if he penned no records for Diddy or not, you know what I mean? But I do know he was on some hit records with Diddy, and he got records that make us dance, and they classics. And as soon as when they play, you going to start dancing. You know what I mean? I don't know who got his masters and none of that. Should he be homeless and broken down like how he is now, living in Harlem, like where I could go, you know what I mean, could pull up on him right in front of his building or wherever he be at? Should it be like that after you was up here? Or is he responsible for mismanaging his money, being strung out on drugs at one point in time, battling drugs and, you know, addiction? And I spoke about that with X because drug addiction has hit the black community super hard, like harder than almost anything. That's one of the biggest challenges right there, is the drug abuse, you know what I mean? And the damage that it has done throughout generations. You know, as we come from the crack era, the dope, you know, all these things. I talk about that. And it's documentaries on these things that has has captured what has happened better than I can explain, you know what I'm saying? Even though I lived through some of it, as I told y'all in the other video. But is he responsible? Should somebody like Diddy swoop him up? Like I was talking with one of my other brothers, like with a person like Diddy, right? Even if it was a fallout or no matter what it is. And this just his humanitarian and his good heartedness, the person I'm talking about, when they was saying what they were saying. Because I was looking like, you think you got to do all that for him? And then I thought about it, I said, you know what, that's not a bad idea. I probably would do it too, you know what I mean? So the point is, or the thing is this, where do you fall at? Do you fall at, it's strictly on BLACKROB, or it's more on Diddy and the people that was around him? So my friend was like, yeah, you know, Diddy got the money. If he had a drug problem and he felt like he was going to use all the money up on drugs, he could have put, let's just say $1 million, because that's nothing to Diddy. $1 million to the side, draw up some type of contract or whatever, or some type of legal document saying that he can't touch the money or XYZ and put it in an account where it generate 3% interest. You know what I mean? 2% interest off $1 million a year. Like, he can touch that money, but the million stays where it's at. You know, get him, you know, so he can have a place to stay and he can, you know, go about his life. I mean, he did make hit records with you, right? You are a millionaire, right? This was your man, right? So it's like, he ain't, you know, sleep with your baby moms. He ain't, you know, do nothing crazy to you. So like certain things, once the line is drawn, there's no going back over the line. And then there's certain things, in my opinion, that can be forgiven. It's like, damn, he ain't kill my moms. He ain't rape, like he didn't do certain things for me to just turn my back 360 on, or 180 rather. You know what I mean? Like, can get nothing. Like how people be announcing, you're dead to me. You're dead. Everybody is cancel culture. You're dead to me. Off the smallest things, until the situation swings back around and the Most High put them in a position where now they need help, and then who they hitting on the bat line. Yeah, you know who they hit. You know, when you in the back, yeah, y'all hit the bat line after y'all cancel somebody. But it's like, if you my man, like if I didn't cross you in a way to where you leave me like this, especially if drugs is the ultimate culprit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he was just strung out on drugs. And there's no excuse. I mean, we all make, we all make choices and we all make our own personal decisions. Some of them be bad. A lot of it be bad. You know what I mean? A lot of times. So who's responsible for that? Is BLACKROB should be held accountable for his money management or money management? Or did he get raped? Like a lot of the artists that was with Diddy. You know what I mean? Say, yo, I ain't getting nothing. He made me sign some bogus contract. Rape you records, like how on the Jada Kiss said, there will be raping you, raping you, raping you, raping you. Yeah, like, you're going to get the Civic. You're going to get the Honda Civic. I'm going to put some rims on. I'm going to keep them clean. But you're not getting no dough. Like, so is that the case? We don't know. All right, last thing. What Papoose was talking about. And it was just a quote little line, and it ain't nothing. I ain't got nothing against Papoose. Like I said, I rock with, Thuggication. I rocks with Pat. But also in that line where he talking about BLACKROB, KIDCUDI in the dress, DMX, rest in peace. He bringing up the Black Lives Matter founder, the lady who's copping the houses. You know what I mean, we playing spades. How many apartments you got? I got 3 in the possible 4. Yeah, she got 3 in the possible 4 homes. He was like, she should get another one, and she don't deserve to have what she had. And I'm not gonna go on no long tirade over this. Go see the other video I did. But for the people that was in the comments, I told you I like the comments to gauge the temperature of
riding on my
how people
BMX.
feel, what they think. Obviously, a lot of it is trolls. People, they just trolling. But people in the comments was like, yeah, she deserved it, this and this and that, woo, 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 woo. And then you have people in the comments like, how? We not saying that she don't deserve it. Because if she got all that, what she got, outside of being a civil leader or a social activist, you know what I mean? Nobody would be saying anything. Nobody would be questioning. Nobody would be looking with the side eye. It's really only because of what's going on, like the money that was generated, other chapters. Like I said, the movement is so big, right? Got the LA chapter, the Queens chapter. Like you got, outer space chapter. You got Black Lives Matter on the moon. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, somebody sent me a picture. They was up there, and when you look next to the flag, it's got BLM, you know what I mean? Black Lives Matter. Somebody went up there and spray painted it. I'm just playing. But with all these different chapters, they saying, yo, private investigation need to be done. We not saying that. We not a part of the inner circle in the movement. We on the outside. We on the outside. Like, we on the outside. But the people that's in the chapters, if you will, they don't even know how she doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I get that she's an author, she's this, she's that, she's this. But just show us the receipts and we'll be quiet. Nobody will question anything. I know she came out with some little Instagram swipe left or swipe right, however you do it, with her little comments. You know what I mean? But where's the receipts at? And you can have as many homes as you want. Like, you can buy your money, you can do what you want with it. And again, I know it's hustlers that brought home. Like, it's people that got rich off of doing worse than what she did. So again, I'm not sitting up here and looking down like, yeah, how, you know what I mean, how I'm on my high horse. Like, it's people that sold drugs to kids and got millions off it, and then, brought houses and cribs, and they didn't go to jail. Pharmaceuticals and all that. So we know people do trifling, foul, low down, wicked, dirty, scoundrel things to people, and they come up. My whole thing is, you for the people, or so you say you are. You got it in the mud off of people that lost loved ones that they care about, that they can never get back, off real pain and suffering. And then here y'all come swoop in, you know what I mean? Swoop in, collect all this money, and then move away from the hood. And I get it. I know a lot of people that got money and moved away from the hood. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking it. The hood is foul. You can get shot and killed in the hood. As soon as you walk out your house, you can get shot and killed. You can walk out your house and have a whole bunch of people standing there rolling dice, and they looking at you like you out of place. You just trying to go to work, or you just trying to come in from work from a long day, and you got to climb over niggas playing dice in front of your building, and you got to say excuse me to them, and they looking at you with the side eye, like don't step on the dice, don't touch the dice. I told you I had that happen to me last summer. Coming out of my brother building, come outside, mad niggas outside. I got the garbage, being a nice guy, take my brother garbage outside, like 15 young boys. You know they gang. You know what I mean? You know they with the hits. Looking at me like, you going to come down or you going to stay frozen up there? Because I'm looking like I'm going to let them. I roll dice. You know what I mean? I'm a gambler. Yeah, what's in the bank? Yeah, they should have never let me in. So I know what it's like. So I stood there for a few minutes, a few seconds. Let the dude get his roll, let all the bets go. Then I come down, you know what I mean? Put the stuff in the garbage. But I see the looks, like, why I got to go through all this? So I understand why people want to move out the hood. And she moved to a nice neighborhood. Nice, you know what I mean? Ain't no niggas over there, unless you count Tiger Woods, you know what I mean? And we don't consider him a nigga. But the point is, again, like, you generating all this money, do something for the community with it. And I'm not saying that she didn't. I'm just saying in these type of positions, that's why the Al Sharptons and all these people, they get the side eye. That's why Tamika Mallory and Mysol and all of them, they get the side eye. Because people is looking like, yeah, I'm not saying you can't capitalize. It's a job at the end of the day. But don't swindle the people. Don't scam the people. And then, you know, act like you fighting for the people. That's my only thing. Like, she can get as many houses as she want. And she hit the lotto, nobody would have said nothing. If she would have got all that money from her book or her songs, or she's an author, she's a songwriter or whatever, nobody would be saying nothing. The only reason why people are in the uproar is because they like, dang, I thought they was for the people. I thought it was power to the people. And then you hear, like, you know, certain individuals of the victims who was killed, they not even getting no, I won't say compensation, but they not even getting recognized. When you hear Mysol, you hear Tamika Mallory say they only seen, you know, certain people in passing. How is that even possible when you on the front lines for me? Or at least, you know, you say you are. And then you hear, you know, Mike Brown, you know, he like, yo, where's the money going? Like I said, other chapters. So we only looking with the side eye like everybody else. Because somebody said in the comments, like, white folks been taking money from us for years, scamming us for years. Now when it's a sister, we in uproar. Like, what? What? This is what we got to. This is what we got to deal with. So we in the end game for those reasons. Y'all let me know what y'all thoughts is on BLACKROB. You know what I mean? Should Diddy be responsible for a whole nother grown man? Should he take accountability and responsibility for his own actions? I guess even his kids came out and said he never took care of us or whatever the case like that. I don't condone, being a deadbeat dad or not taking care of your kids, even if you didn't want said kid and you told, your BM you didn't want the kid. Once the kid is there, there's nothing you really could do about it but step up, take care of your responsibility. That's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? I done took care of kids that wasn't my kids. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is when I was in that role. So, is it Diddy fault? Is it BLACKROB fault? Do the Black Lives Matter lady have got to prove anything to us? Do she owe us anything? Or should we just shut this up and be quiet like some people suggesting? You know what I'm saying? The DAUNTE Wright, the brother, rest in peace and condolences to his family again. Just because he had warrants doesn't warrant him being killed. I seen that on my song page. And of course, him having warrants doesn't warrant him being killed at all. It doesn't. It also didn't warrant him trying to get away and do what he did. Did that lead to his death? I think so. And far as was it an accident or not? If it was, if it wasn't, we still, because of the history of this country and what's been recently happened, we still got to look with the side eye. And I don't believe it was an accident, especially if the taser is supposed to be yellow and the gun is black. Now, I don't know in her case if it was the same, but I believe, yeah, most of them are yellow. So you can't distinguish, like you training people. But she only shot once, yeah, and it was fatal, and he's dead. He still shouldn't have tried to get away. Steph Curry cooking with the pot. Last 7 games, 30-plus points. Splash brother number 1. Joel Embiid. Oh, my New York Knicks, we got that victory over the Pelicans the other day. Zion going against who they were saying he's better than Julius Randle or, you know what I mean? They was kind of comparing them. Yeah, New York is New York in the house. We looking good. New York looking good. You know what I mean? New York is looking real good. The rioting, though, is it effective in this case? Is it worth it in this case? Are we rioting for the wrong things? Is camping outside this stupid-ass sergeant in that neighborhood in South Carolina, is that the energy we need all the time? And Is that the right energy for that particular instance? Or do we need to refocus that energy somewhere else? You already know it's your boy Papoose. That be me, aka, yeah, Lee, you know me, hit me on the back line. Papoose TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. Hit the subscribe button, share the video, you know what I mean? Let's get the views up. Yeah, kid.